talking, he was going up and down. Not so much an echo, but his tempo or his you,
Can hear me now, right?
Yep.
You keep asking me, and the answer has always been yes.
I can hear you. You will. But I talk.
no, because you're what you call it, mute, and so is V.
Yeah, be they're in the same room. Hence why one's muted. Due to feedback.
I call them Hanson squared.
Okay, so we've got two Rogers on the call.
And we got two Hansons.
Okay.
Yep. Can't go too far without that. Okay. No, ancient aliens claiming that the ice ages, each thing that's happened, like the landmass from the first ice age, and then at the end of it, the water has went up and up. But during each of ice ages, they have found in the ocean of different civilizations, and like they have found parts of like Egypt in far away places from Egypt, and they have found they dug the big drills, not like the things that makes big holes in the ground, like when you look for oil. Well, they have found a big old pot of coins from all through different time periods of Silk Road, Egypt, Norway, and all. I mean, well, it's enough coins from all over the place. Like a computer disk, how tall it is. It's about that tall, filled with coins that they found. It was popped up out of the ground. And they plus there's like Area 51, and Area 52, and one the Australia have where the Australia and the UK. I mean, not the UK. Sorry about that.
Sorry, it's not Area 52. I did some research on it this couple of days ago. It's actually Project 52. There's no area that is designated as 52.
What is that one from Australia? That Australia and the UK, the US. Sorry about that. Works together, but it's high security. Best way I can put it, shady thing goes on there. They don't permit certain people, and all that. Security's up there, like area, up there on, and found out that there's another place set offside of area. I'm so used to saying that, but Area 52. There's another place. It's got some letters and numbers to it, and supposedly they got like 10 um, flying saucers of the U.S. up in there. They were experimenting. They done all of that back check with the alien crafts and all that. Plus, the thing of like it's hard to. They brought it was on the internet about not on about well, you know how north and south poles how it when it wibbles how it makes well however it does the thing about making 24-hour a day. Well, the people were making a statement about well that however they come across this is that they find out that they're using the thing saying that in well I guess when worlds just started or however they come up with this that it was a 6-hour daylight to a 6-hour night and gradually the light and well it got more and more longer through the centuries of Earth did and they like with NASA well they're coming out with all sorts of things like in the NASA where what do you call that clean room. Well, they showed it on there about they had to pull it back in from what planet is that with the rings on it?
Saturn.
Okay, the satellite went through Saturn's rings and got decommissioned or something happened to it, and they sent a probe out because for some reason, well, they towed it back in and they sealed it up in a special container.
Well, you know what? Uranus also has rings too.
Is it?
Oh.
Absolutely.
And,
oh, please.
my anus, yeah. Okay, that's a good one.
But honestly, truly, it does. Uranus has been discovered to have rings as well.
But they're saying that, well, they brought it back. And when they did, they put it in a containment field, in a containment room. But what it does is they set it up to where they can watch it and all that. And in NASA, they showed it actually some kind of, I don't know, biological stuff is all through it on the probe. And it's growing something. And they're not knowing what it is, but it's a we can contain it in the room. And it's all from in the 80s it was where and they were having problems with other things going on there. You got
well, you know what? There's always probing of Uranus. Now, what does this have to do with ancient aliens? I'm missing what you're getting at here.
Yeah, I'm missing the.
Well, I guess, but that's up to you, I guess. Poking at your Uranus.
Uranus. What's Uranus's chemical makeup?
But they came across some things they did. NASA did, and well, like it's like the secret in New Mexico, the new airlines, the government, it's supposed to be for space exploration, but it's an airport in New Mexico. Well, mysteriously, it was discontinued, the ideal and all that, the thing was all shut down. And have you ever heard of Nazis? It's a I guess you could say a cheesy movie or whatever, but about the Nazis before the war ended. They went to
War
the
on the
moon
Moon.
and set up a base.
Yeah, terrible film, but yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, there's all kinds of iterations of that played out scenario.
yeah. And the thing over there, and there's people out there. Okay, I just don't see the thing of, and they're like on Ancient Alien. There's wide varieties of like 20 types of aliens. They're saying, and like underground complexes. Problem is, if the ice age is hit and these things are taking you down there, but you would think that you would acquire some kind of light or something, because you're under the ground for, I don't know, as long as that ice age lasts. And they're bringing up this thing of like the ant people, they're praying mantis and all that, and that thing about aliens not too far down, but far enough that, well, when they fell through, they battled the aliens for getting people free. They were. And
Okay, so Robert, I've got
Huh?
a problem. I got a problem with the whole insectoid thing. So the reason why that's not very plausible is that to have an exoskeleton, oh boy, it would have to be in so thick. It would have to be. You'd have to have enough resources, enough nutrients to have thick chitinous armor to support the weight of an insect that size, and it simply doesn't. Our atmosphere doesn't support that. Even back in the Jurassic area, when you had huge insects, I mean, you had centipedes, as long as a person, and all this stuff. But however, the atmosphere back then was so much thicker and more and richer than today's atmosphere, which is why the bugs today are so much smaller than they are in the Jurassic period. So the idea of actual insectoid people is not very plausible unless they're something else entirely different.
Well, yeah, but I agree with you about that, because when they brought that up, why I say this for is because, okay, everyone knows you can't go from one climate like here, okay, the pressure on here, okay. If you go farther down, the farther you go, the more pressure you go through, okay. And then you stop to think about it, okay. The oxygen, okay, how are you going to be moving, or how are you going to get return oxygen from what is it? The oxygen, methane, what you breathe out and what you breathe in.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide, right? Yeah.
Okay. Now, yeah, when they're talking that, okay, I just can't see how is it that any kind of insect or people, if there's not a device or something, can take and transfer that, making that oxygen better, back to oxygen. Okay, how is it possible for whatever's going on?
So we're now talking about underground plant life, photosynthesis.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah, but you gotta have some kind of light, don't you?
Yeah,
For that to happen.
precisely. That's what I was thinking. That's right. And then the grandstand.
I mean, but they're saying that it was no lights, no poles, and it was strictly like 7 foot, seven, I guess 3 or 4 miles down,